Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, in another major legal trouble for the Congress, the court has upheld the seizure of 750 crore assets in the Young Indian case. Point is, viewers, Congress can complain about anything, but these are observations of the honorable courts, not political observations, not political decisions. Let's debate.
In yet another big jolt to Congress, the PMLA Adjudicating Authority has upheld attachment of assets worth 750 crore rupees in Young Indian case, calling the properties as proceeds of crime.
The Adjudicating Authority has upheld the provisional attachment order of the Enforcement Directorate in the Associated Journal case, effectively meaning that 750 crore rupees worth assets of Associated Journal, National Herald as well as Young Indian remain completely unchallenged. In fact, the Adjudicating Authority also says that this is a clear-cut case of criminal conspiracy, criminal breach of trust and dishonest misappropriation of property by the accused individuals, which happens to be Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and a few others.
This comes 5 months after the Enforcement Directorate seized properties in probe against Congress-linked companies Associated Journals Limited and Young Indian. The Congress in its defense has called it a diversionary tactic by the BJP. Will the court order impact Congress with polls just days away? Let's debate.
First question to Savio. I welcome RP Singh and Kapil Madan. Savio, they'll say 750 crores, another big judgment just before the polls. Is this necessary? They'll question the timing, of course. What's your take on that?
Well, they can question it, and there's no doubt that they will question it. But the sad part is that they don't realize that the decision has come from a court. And ED is doing its job. They continue to portray ED and CBI as tools of the current government. And that is very unfortunate, Arnab, because even if you look at what's happening in the Delhi liquor scam, and you look at what's happening in this current investigation on AJL, you will realize that ED is creating a watertight case. And by virtue of that, that is why the court is ruling in that direction. That is why you have seen that the Aam Aadmi Party leaders are not getting the bail that they are. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal went to court to question his arrest and termed it as illegal. ED is an authority. ED is an independent authority working based on the evidences that they are getting in order for them to investigate and put in together a tight case. Otherwise, they will fail in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of the court. So the opposition is within its right to make noise. They're going to cry, wolf. But in all reality, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party and the opposition are basically wolves in sheep clothing. They cry about IT returns that they never bothered to file, which runs into crores. They cry about liquor scams when they get caught and are questioned, and ED summons them. They don't come to the ED summons for 9 times. And then by the law, they get arrested and they cry foul again. They cry wolf again. This drama the people of India are watching. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi are as corrupt as what the ED is saying, as Arvind Kejriwal. So I think the opposition can continue
let me get Kapil in. Kapil, you had, just like Arvind Kejriwal in the liquors case, you had tried to present yourself as a victim in this case, but now the judicial authorities are not going by what you have been claiming so far. Adjudicating authorities are endorsing the provisional attachment orders of 750 crores. The due legal process has been followed, and therefore, my sympathies with you, but all your attempts to make this look like vendetta are failing, because if it was vendetta, the courts would not look at it the way they are doing now. Kapil. Both you and Aam Aadmi Party in liquor case, same thing.
I'll give a legal answer, and then after, I will give a political answer. Legally, what happens is, once a ED officer finds that, these are proceeds of crime, he records his reason to believe, he does a provisional attachment, and thereafter a provisional attachment is sent to the AO, and AO merely confirms it. It is not an attachment that has taken a finality. Post this AO's attachment confirmation, the law mandates that the investigating agency has to file a prosecution complaint before the concerned and the competent court, which will be the PMLA court, which is different from the adjudicating officer. Now, in this case, Arnab, you would recall that these national health controversies started in 2014, and 10 years had elapsed, and there is no complaint that is being filed, no complaint that is being filed even after lapse of 10 years. Now, suddenly, just before the elections, you are taking all such measures to choke the opposition, because you want to choke them, with the finances, arrest their leaders, so that it's not a free and a fair election. But I am giving only legal answer here. I am not even touching the political aspect. No, I asked one question to myself: if for the past 10 years ED is unable to conclude investigation, it shows what? It shows only two things. One probability is that this case is bogus. ED does not have evidence sufficient enough to file a complaint. But second would be that the central government wants to use this as a political tool to get political.
Okay, I have a question for you. I have one quick question for you. One quick question for you. One quick question for you. Can you tell me that during India's freedom struggle, right? During our freedom struggle, when did Rahul Gandhi go to jail? Because this National Herald AJL was made for freedom fighters. Rahul Gandhi took it over without paying any money and got 750. What kind of question? I'll explain to you. Thank you for asking what kind of question. Thank you. What I am saying is, this organization, Associated Journals, was formed in 1937, which Kapil does not know, to support freedom fighters during their struggle. To support freedom fighters. But RP Singh, it only supported Rahul Gandhi. So I'm saying you cheated the freedom fighters.
There are more than 5,000 freedom fighters.
Please understand.
There are more than 5,000 freedom fighters
just because Arnab says so.
who paid their money, who paid their sweat money, who paid hard-earned money for this objective, to keep this paper, to launch this paper for Indian struggle, and not to be hijacked by Rahul Gandhi on name of Gandhi. And yet the AGL asked those 5,000 people, the shareholders, this is a basic. And there are complaints by those shareholders that yes, we have been cheated. We were never asked that company is exchanging hands from AGL to Young India. No, it's a clear case of cheating on the freedom fighters and their money. Their family members were never asked, although many of them would have died by now, but their family members were never asked that yes, we are exchanging hands. And Justice Markanday is one of them. Kardu Markanday is one of them. There are many more like him.
Why doesn't Rahul Gandhi give the money? They are so rich. Why don't they fund AJL? Why don't you pay? Why doesn't Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi pay 750 crores since they tried to harpo AJL? हड़पने की कोशिश की अभी 750 करोड़ इनके लिए बहुत ज्यादा पैसा नहीं. Why don't they give it to and help fund it that way?
I think you understand the basics of criminal jurisprudence. A cheating does not become cheating just because you are saying you are spreading a false narrative, or Mr. Singh is spreading a false narrative. I just asked the question to myself.
There are complaints by the shareholders.
Mr. Singh, I never interrupted you. Mr. Singh, I never interrupted you.
shareholder की शिकायत तो मानोगे ना.
Mr. Singh, if you are so diligent and if you are so confident about the ED case, why is there not a complaint filed in the PMLA case even after a lapse of 10 years? Can you please explain the viewers? कि आप 10 साल आपकी गवर्नमेंट को हो गए, कोई आपकी you have brute majority in the parliament, you have all powers and means and mechanism. Can you just explain the viewers how do you defend and say that why 10 years no complaint so far? You just give me an answer. 10 years 10 years, no complaint. Give me an answer and we will start from there. You don't have an answer. Mr. Singh, your silence, I appreciate.
Even before I answer, you are saying I don't have an answer. Come on, sir.
Mr. Singh, I appreciate.
Don't do that.
Because I know you are a very fair. I know you are a very fair debater, and you don't have an answer, and therefore I get your silence. You don't have an answer. You don't have an answer.
Please hear me out, sir. Please hear me out. They're the people whose families have given life or who have spent life for the freedom struggle. And then you expect them to do all this? I mean, the process is on. That's why both Madam Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are out on bail. The same case.
May I just again? I think Mr. Singh is not trying to manipulate because he knows there is no PMLA complaint. He knows this case is bogus. He knows ED does not have evidence, and that's the reason why.
This case is bogus, sir. There are 5,000 people who
does not
been
get an
cheated,
answer.
sir. Shareholders have been cheated. Can you do that? Can you change hand? Can you change hand of a company from one company to other company without taking shareholder in confidence?
Let's not deviate. Mr. Singh, let's not deviate. 10 years, no PMLA complaint. Why? 10 years, no PMLA complaint. Why?
See, I'm not a legal man. I'm not a legal man, but on a basic sense of law.
You have a political answer. You can't give a legal answer.
On a basic sense of law,
but this
people for the shareholders of the company, they were not even informed. We are selling you a share. We are selling you a stake.
No, I think if you are so interested in facts, the only question to ask Savio is, how does one acquire 2,000 crores of property by paying 50 lakh? That is the question you should ask.
Is the property of the company property of the shareholder?
That is the question to ask.
I am asking you another question, Arnab. You run companies. Savio also is a, he has basic knowledge of company law. Does the shareholder owns the
Closing.
Property of the company
Savio
owner? You tell me.
Well, it's very simple that my friend Kapil doesn't understand that the investigations are not being conducted by the BJP. The investigations are being conducted by the ED. Allow for ED to complete its investigation. That is why the properties are under siege at this point of time.
Okay.
Why are you getting so upset? Why are you turning vendetta politics?
Since Mr. Modi has removed the 5
Okay, viewers, I am closing here. I am closing here for want of time. We are watching if the Supreme Court gives relief to Arvind Kejriwal. Big story tracking that tomorrow. Also, big response to our demand that FMCG companies should come under scrutiny, not just Patanjali. With all that, see you tomorrow at 9. Good night and goodbye.